coming away from Fire Nation is going to be that nemesis. Zhang Kuei going to be taken away from them. I don't think it was particularly a problem, but I think they're just annoyed that that character was allowed in the game. The slows were probably annoying. He probably did make some decent plays with his team fight ability, so he's going to get banned out. Bellona going to get taken away by Fire Nation. More meta bans coming out from them after getting introduced to gods that really are effective against the characters they're playing against, and overall, really good characters. So this ban phase already a lot more effective.
I wonder if we'll see this certain pickup by Fire Nation here, or if SWT will be able to pick up their CERN again.
I think they're potentially relying on a Fire Nation. Actually, they're going to pick up the Sasano. I don't think they realized that Fire Nation could have picked that up. Hopefully, the Real Prez can make good use of that character. However,
And I'm
Kernodus going to
surprised to see
be
that. Yeah.
Kernodus
I'm
and
surprised to see that.
surprised to see what? What are you surprised to see, Zach?
The Changa ban over the Susanoo ban.
That's all right. We've seen Sean got banned out every single game. Nobody wants to deal with that in their game. Actually going to take Bacchus away from Fire Nation. Permafry is going to show you how it's done. I think if he does lock it in. Going to use some big time to decide, and locking it in. Kronos and Bacchus, a pretty potent lane if you can get the CC combinations off. I like Bacchus. I think he's a very good support. A little underrated in this current meta as his early game isn't the greatest, but I think combo with the Kronos, we'll see some pretty good plays out of them.
Yep. And when will we get that Cupid remodel? That's the real question here.
Probably never. He's fine the way he is.
No.
And
he has to be a little boy.
Little,
Okay, never mind. I'm gonna shut up now. Just realize what I said.
Okay. Boy Nightmare gonna lock in the Neath. I don't really care for the pick. Neath isn't bad by any means, but not doing as much damage as a Ho Yi, not doing as much damage as an Honor. There are just other better picks right now than a Neath, but if he can try and make something happen with it, I'd like to see it.
That wave clear is going to be phenomenal between Fafnir and Neath, and I expect to see the wheels pick up by Nitty here.
Actually going to pick up Bastet. I think this might be a game where they're going to grab the gods that Fire Nation was using and potentially take what Fire Nation was doing good and using it in their own arsenal. It also could be, hey, we're better at this than you. We're going to show you. We're going to show you how it's really done.
I mean,
but again,
about that.
I really don't think that Bastet's a good pickup there. So if Fire Nation wants to take advantage of the mobility advantage they already have with a Susanoo and a Fafnir, they could potentially make this game a lot harder on SWT than SWT might be expecting.
I mean, this is game 3 of the series, and they are obviously the solo internet's like unstable internet, so you go with the Bastet.
I mean, there's better picks, but I think just going for comfort, high ability, high burst damage, just whatever they really want to do here. And in the ban phase, already huge improvement from game 1 to game 3. Poseidon, Nemesis, Bellona, all big in the meta right now, and all characters that they did not like playing against.
It's always nice when you're the first team to pick, and you can let that CERN, that like you can let that one god you want to pick up through, and the other team doesn't pick up on it.
Yes, but it's going to cost them the Sasano, and I still think that if Real Price can put that Sasano together and play it effectively, SWT is going to have a much harder time than they wanted to, but the Neath pickup is lackluster against the Grenadinus. D-Love hovering on the Morrigan. Amaterasu just hasn't been getting the respect that she needs. However, the Morrigan going to be hovered on the side of Fire Nation. Haven't seen much of her except in the jungle being played by... I think it's Saska that plays her, but I know there's one team that's actually decently well known for playing the Morgan in the jungle, and D-Love hovering on it there, seeing if he can't take it into the mid lane and try and transform into some of the powerhouse characters that SWT has on the board already with Amaterasu and Kernanos. Nike gonna get hovered on as well and locked in. Not a terrible draft by them. I think the Neath is gonna be the weakest point of contention for them, but if she can just stay even or ahead, I think it'll be an alright game for them as long as they can clean up their farm game a lot better, especially in the early game, because it really was a problem towards the mid game how far down they were against those players of SWT, and Ice is going to be locked in by Booby Black Gunna.
It'll be interesting to see how this game goes. High mobility on both teams. I think a little bit in the favor of SWT with that mobility from the Ceranos dash, the Bacchus hop, the set hop, the Amaterasu passive active ability that she has, and then the Isis wing gust for that quick escape while doing damage.
It's a pretty mobile comp, and I think the combinations between an Isis ultimate and a Kronos ultimate is to hold them still and force them to eat that explosion. But we'll just have to see. It's an interesting draft by SWT, though it looks pretty potent, especially with their ability to clear an objective with that Isis ultimate. But much more even looking game here, a much more professional and even looking game at 1-1. I think both teams just SWT knowing at this point they think that they have this third game, but Fire Nation knowing that they're just one mistake, they're just waiting for SWT to make one mistake and see if they can't snowball off of it and try and grab the series from under them try to grab the series from under them and make it 2-1.
Yep, and looking at the team comps, what do you think? What kind of combos do you expect to see?
Isis Spirit Ball is going to come up pretty big. If an Isis doesn't hit those Spirit Balls, she's actually not that big in the early to mid game, but a Spirit Ball into a stun from Kronos and a good and just oodles of damage coming out of the Bastet. As long as Isis and Bastet can work together, grab the stuns and get the bleed off as often as possible. I think that's pretty much where most of the combination is going to be coming out of. But in big team fights, a Bacchus ultimate into literally anything just hurts, and it sucks because you're walking around in circles. You can't do anything about it unless you have a beads, but even then, wasting your beads on a Bacchus ult usually comes back around to bite you in the butt, as is if the Kronos has his ultimate when your beads are still down, you're going to be struggling.
That sounds like a logical assumption to me. How do you think the Alma is going to play out, though, to be honest, against the Nike?
Amaterasu has really good clear early game. The clear is a little lackluster, but after getting a couple levels on it and you can hold on to it and it does the double damage essentially, Amaterasu should be good, and utilizing the silence that she has with her dash, which she could do as when Nike goes to clear the way, dash into the Nike, as the Amaterasu dash does have that silence and it could pull Nike out of that clear if she hits it.
That sounds about right, and I know how annoying it can be to be pulled out of those things. It totally throws off your mojo, throws off your pacing for what you want to do.
Yes.
So would you say that that Amaterasu would actually be the counter to Nike here?
Potentially, if Japan Gator recognizes the silence on his dash, every single time Nike goes to clear that silence, is going to pull him out of it. So if Nike can't clear and Amaterasu can, that's going to be an obvious advantage that he has and a big counter as long as he can utilize it. If Grods can push up the lane and hold on to his ability to clear until the very last second and force Amaterasu to fight him a little bit longer, I think that he could still use smarter plays and more heavier thinking plays to try and win the lane for him, but on paper, Amaterasu wins that matchup.
And Real Prez going with the Susanoo, do you think he'll be able to play him as effectively as the other guys have seen him play, or do you think he'll improve?
Hard to tell. He's kind of from his last two games, he's made some good plays, he's made some bad plays. He's been caught out, but he's caught people out. So if he could just be mobile and communicate with his team where he needs to go in order to be the most effective over in duel. And Boy Nightmare, obviously pretty experienced on that Neath, knowing the kill thresholds for the enemy team. He should be experienced enough to call for a rotation, or in the mid lane, if D-Love needs some help, call for a rotation and see if Real Prez can stay in tune and in a rhythm enough to clear jungle camps, go to lanes, and just be annoying as a Susanoo can be.
And going into this game, I'm excited to see how it plays out. The set level 10. Comfort pick perhaps for Nitty. Nitty being the real backbone of this team, always getting those important kills. But B-Boy Gunna with the B-Boy with that Neath 4,000 worshippers experience, obviously probably saving that for his last pick. But Grods with no experience at Nike.
Again, you could be seeing that the PC stats haven't copied the masteries over, but Nike isn't that hard of a god to handle.
Wait, no,
it's just.
I thought that was only a one-time thing they did.
What do you mean?
For the transfer over of stats, it's a one-time thing.
Yeah, you can do it once, but the thing is that when you transfer over your PC stats, it doesn't give you God Masteries. It does not give you those God Masteries. So, let's say that he has 4,000.
No, wasn't that at the beginning of Season 3? They haven't offered it again, have they? I thought that was a one-time only thing.
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he could have done it earlier and he just doesn't have that mastery. I'm not sure, but hopefully he is experienced on that Nike and he can make that lane an interesting one.
I mean, Nike is a pretty durable god, about as durable as Chalk if you think about it with their slow you know, a little less timing, a little less time to get out of her ult as she pops it, and it's maybe about half a second before it explodes. It'd be interesting to see how it plays.
Yes, absolutely. I'm hoping Nitty will make big plays on that Bastet. A Bastet actually in the lead, or a Bastet that knows how to play a Bastet, is actually pretty fun to watch, and pretty big plays can come out using utilizing the ultimate to dive towers, to secure objectives, to solo a tower, whatever Nitty wants to do on that Bastet. I hope to see lots of fun plays.
Yep, me too.
So just early starts coming out. A meditation on the side of SWT for Permafried. I think that's fine. A lot of poke is going to be coming out between a Neath and a Fafnir. Two stuns are usually going to be what happens. If Crumbs hits that hammer, you can almost guarantee that B-Boy is going to follow it up with a Spirit Arrow. But we will see exactly how they're going to play this laning phase out. We can't always make predictions. We can't always accurately. Yeah, we can't always predict how a game is going to go just by God picks and what we think they're going to be able to do with them.
I agree.
Starting out, his first ability is going to be that steroid. I think that's a big mistake. A win already for SWT, knowing that Crumbs does not have his clear online.
That is terrifying to know.
It's unfortunate for them. I think that that wave is immediately going to go their way. SWT going to hopefully aggress into this dual lane with that wave advantage. A little indecisive about what they're going to do. Stuns coming into the jungle for that purple buff. It looked like Permafried wanted to go back to take their own, but the advantage is on their side, and I don't think there's any reason for them to go back to their own jungle instead of invading. Gonna be deterred, though, by Crumbs. Not a terrible play by him. I just think that with your health pool as low as it is, you gotta be careful and start playing back. That meditation already down on your end.
Meditation already down. That's huge, especially this early.
If they can make a play off of it, they don't have that to bail them out of a sticky situation. If they do get in one against their lane opponent's stun and Permafried. Stun's already showing that even if he may be a substitute or whatever, he's very confident on this character.
Oh yeah, Ceranos is such a strong character. I'm not gonna say he's autopilot, but he's strong.
He's not very much so, he's not very autopilot, I would say, but his concept is pretty easy to grasp once you play a game or two with him. Most people actually really don't quite get his kit until they start playing with him, and they start getting their own combinations and learning what he does. He has such great utility with his first ability, being able to get lifesteal, penetration, extra power on his auto attacks, or a slow.
And this is going to be the first game we see where neither team is really stealing into the other's jungle much.
Looks like Nitty 145 coming to the mid lane. Going to use that the stealth to try and bail himself out of it. D-Love going to stay alive just a little bit longer. Spirit Ball going to be off the mark from Booby.
What the heck? This game's a little laggy. It looks like your mic's having some problems.
Yeah, it's lagging for me right now.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunate. Yeah.
First oracles of the game going to be going towards SWT, already winning that far game, not too far ahead, only to a tune of 800, but still, once it hits that 1,000 mark, they can start to see the advantage that they're clearly having. What is going on over in dual lane? Just walking and
Bacchus is just beating them out.
Hopping and walking back to the lane is boy nightmare. Not sure why he would do that with a full health. Crumbs by himself, going against two, not looking to engage on that.
Chisano looking to steal this buff, but not going to be able to. Just going to get the assist on it. Yeah, oh, actually, no, he did steal it. Good job by him.
Where are you in the game right now?
317.
Oh wow, okay, so we're right in sync.
Yeah, no, it was in dual lane. He just came over, hit it with one ability, got it. Might not have been
yes, over in the solo lane, however, looking like Japan Gator might be in a lot of trouble. However, Garad's going to be the first one to go down, Nitty 145. An ultimate going to be coming out of D-Love going into the Bastet. A very good ultimate. I think this could be a kill for him. The real pro is going to be able to get a kill, but Nitty 145 able to get another kill out of that engagement. A good ultimate by D-Love going to cost him. It could have been worth it. It could be worth it, though. I don't think it was a terrible play. He was just a little bit risky with that.
And the Neath and the Fafnir, like, I thought they'd have a great clear compared. to the Ceranos and Pockets, but
Yes, Stuns
Ceranos
having
and Pockets
to
are beating him.
use that Aegis there to try and bail himself out and able to dash away in a bit of danger there, but not enough to force him back to base quite yet. He could come in with a hot ultimate and see if he couldn't grab a kill, but nothing
That
so
built-in
far.
sustain by Ceranos is so nice.
It's very good. Having built-in Dev's gloves is not a broken concept at all.
I see you play him all the time.
Not overpowered in any way, shape, or form. He's no better than the regular hunter, that's for sure.
What about Scotty?
Oh, I love Scotty. Grouping up as 3 in the enemy's jungle right now. Nitty, Stuns, and Permafrost. Permafried, excuse me. Gonna grab that red buff again, just invading their jungle and taking all the farm for themselves that they can right now, especially with the big advantage that they have in dual lane already. Pretty quiet all around the map, though. Even at 1-3, it's not a huge game in the favor of SWT. However, Real Prez is going to see if he can't grab a kill onto Nitty 145. However, the damage from Nitty 145 is going to out damage Real Prez. Able to get a kill for himself. Could be a double here. Unfortunately, it's not going to be. The minions going under the tower, though, is going to put Crumbs in a pretty tough spot. Boy Nightmare going to be the target here for Nitty. However, going to get stunned out by Crumbs. Good job by him to peel out for his hunter.
I agree.
Rotating over from the mid line, it looking like D-Love might be trying to make a play onto the enemy right now. Not seeing that Nitty went off into the jungle. Not a very big kill potential here. I think you just go back to mid lane, grab a camp, go start oracles, see if you can't go back to farming. The kill potential's gone.
Like you were talking about, Amaterasu actually beating back the Nike here. Very good job by Japan Gator here. Just boxing the Nike, using that passive with the sun or whatever it is that she does.
Actually
the ultimate. Ooh, just barely getting away by Nike.
Not going to get the stun there from the third hit and doesn't have any other ability online right there, but clearly winning his lane against Grods with that Nike, and that's going to send Grods back to base. Going to have to use that teleport to get back. Not going to miss a wave, but still unfortunate.
Over in mid lane.
It's just D-Love going against 2 characters now. Coming in from behind is Real Prez. Might not be the best idea. Just going to dash through him. The ultimate coming out of D-Love. The ultimate from D-Love. Hopefully going to be used effectively. Getting a kill onto Booby Black on us so far twice in a row. D-Love making great use of his ultimate, turning into the Bastet and making a great play.
The Real Prez really coming back from this kind of meh other games to really make be important in this game for his team as Susanoo. The Susanoo slip up might be the downfall for SWT here.
Potentially, and I think at 2-1-1 he's not super big right now, but you do need to be careful and make sure that the Susanoo gets under control pretty soon.
And
pretty
the ultimate put on Ceranos on that Neath and the Fafnir.
Yes, pretty low health over in the dual lane. Crumbs and Boy Nightmare both going to have to go back to base, which opens up the entire map on the left side for SWT if they want to make a play. But Stun's just going to take that opportunity for himself to go back to base and grab tier 2 Transcendence and head back to lane.
And looking at the early builds, what do you think Susanoo is building into here as his second item that is not a starter item?
Probably a Heartseeker. If not a Heartseeker, maybe a Stone Cutting Sword. He could go for but I would say a Heartseeker. It's just going to add extra damage by stacking it up with his auto attacks. And, just a pretty common item for a Susanoo. He could grab a Hydra's Limit after that and do the usual Hydras and I forgot the name of it, but yeah.
I agree.
Japan Gator getting poked out here actually by Grods dashing into him to apply a little bit of damage, but no follow-up from Grods to be able to capitalize on the small advantage that he had there for just a second.
What do you think is going to be important going into this late game here soon? I mean, this mid game soon.
Nitty very low on health in the mid lane. Real Prez, however, also got himself poked out, and D-Love having a tough time too. Japan Gator continuously getting poked in the right lane. I'm hoping that he knows that the silence is online for him with that dash to try and erase some of the ability-based damage that Nike can do.
That's an important fact that he needs to remember. Nike's gonna outrange him if he doesn't remember that.
Yes. But I don't think it's a big disparity right now. It's just something to look out for.
Yep.
Not a whole lot going mid lane, just getting poked out, but D-Love playing it much safer than I've seen in the last game. Last game, he got caught out so much on that Zhong Hui on the Morgan. I think he's a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more reserved, knowing that his capabilities do rely on how well he utilizes that ultimate and just trying to get good combos. Rum's going to go down. Nitty able to grab that kill over. Permafried going to get caught out going a pretty unsafe route through that jungle. Real Prez able to catch him and get that kill. And heading to the mid lane, Real Prez looking like he might be trying to make a play onto Nitty and stuns. A stun going to come out from Boy Nightmare. Big pull coming out of Real Prez. Nitty going to be able to leap away stuns. Going to get stunned out just for a second. The Age is going to come through with ability. Should be able to clean him up. However, a tower shot, that really hurts.
He gets away.
He does get away. Very, very close engagement right now. A little bit too close for comfort, I would say. SWT just start worrying about their gameplay right now. Last game you won it so convincingly, and today, or at least in this game, so hard. But misplay by Real Prez walking around behind that tower. Nitty having just enough mana to leap in and get that bleed.
That bleed damage by the set is a monster if you're not careful.
It is, and like I said, if Nitty Bastet more effectively, it's really, really fun to watch. I like a good Bastet. Does oodles of damage. The ultimate is one of the most useful ultimates out of most junglers. I think being able to dive towers, secure objectives, contest everybody, add 3 very tanky targets onto the field. Bastet is a very good character. I just don't think
annoying when playing against.
Very annoying, but I don't think that she's the best character. Didn't really need to be picked in this game, but it's fun to watch.
Definitely fun to watch. What do you think we're going to see going into this mid game?
Pretty much.
Just keep talking over each other.
Pretty much more of what we've been seeing. It's almost a 2,000 gold lead on the side of SWT. Only right now at about 1,500. But I think a Gold Fury will get them into a lead that they can start rolling with. They just need to be a little bit more careful about these fights. There's 4 kills or 4 deaths on their end that could have been prevented had they just played more careful and realized that the advantage was sometimes not always there. Fire Nation playing a much better game though. True props to Real Prez taking the Sasano into the game. Even if he's not at 10 kills right now, 3, 2, and 1 is fine as long as you can stay even or ahead to the enemy jungler.
And Crumb's getting poked out here.
Big ultimate coming out of Permafried. Crumb's looking like he might go down. The meditation's going to save him temporarily, but one more auto attack should do it. However, the ultimate from stuns is going to be what picks him up.
Good job by Suns securing that kill, even if it cost him his ult.
If they wanted to, I think Booby could have went to the jungle to try and pick up the kill onto Boy Nightmare. However, coming from behind is Nitty. Not going to be able to get out of that as the dash or the leap was not online for Boy Nightmare. Going to get taken out there. Real Prez looking like he's in a bit of trouble. Going to teleport out though. And I think a Gold Fury is going to... Yes, Gold Fury going to be the call here, knowing that they have the man-on-man advantage. Nobody coming to contest right now.
Sasano is scared to go into the jungle there. Nitty really rolling the jungle. Sasano is doing a good job with his rotations, but Nitty's the real king of it right now.
Unfortunate for Booby Black, gonna get taken out in the mid lane, but I think he was distracting D-Love long enough for SWT to grab that Gold Fury, sitting at about a 2,800 gold lead right now with that, which is pretty good. Losing your mid laner kind of sucks, but it is what it is. You're able to grab that kill. Nitty might be going down here. Another auto attack from Real Prez should be what does it. His ultimate gonna actually be off of the mark. Permafried looking like he's going to be targeted out here. Missing an ability. D-Love really misplaying that there. That's 2 drop kills from SWT. However, using... I'm not really sure how D-Love got that kill. I think there was a bleed? Does Morgan have a bleed?
D-Love doesn't have a bleed. No, she does not. She has a ability though, her passive. I think every 4th basic she hits does AoE damage, and I think 2 times basic damage.
It was just interesting because Real Prez sent that teleport out, and it looked like that's what picked up the kill, but the kill credit went to D-Love.
Did D-Love perhaps ult into Sasano?
No, it was not. I know that for sure. I looked at the names, that's how I made sure. Nitty gonna grab a kill onto D-Love, playing a little bit too high up in the jungle. Real Prez looking like he's gonna have to pay for it too. The ultimate from Booby Black Gun is gonna pick him up as well.
Instant recognition, instant ult put down, and instant ult cast got him there.
Just securing that kill really, really quick. However, Boy Nightmare, I don't know if he's going to grab that tower in time before all the members from SWT are going to collapse on him right there. Leap going to be down, which means the stun is going to be almost guaranteed from stuns. Going down to Nitty, 145. Big mistake by Boy Nightmare to push up that lane all the way to the tier 1. You almost got it there, but even had you got it, not really worth it. You just opened up the entire side of the map to SWT again. You don't want to see that happen too many times.
Looking at the gameplay thus far, do you think that the ISIS was a better pick over the Scylla or the Poseidon in this game thus far?
I still think Poseidon would have probably been the best choice. He does have good objectives secure, but a good Isis is very prominent as well. Able to grab the oracles over on the left. While we're talking, is SWT again, but Isis is a good character. Has great burst, has great crowd control, objective security. Does a lot of things very well. I think 1 and 3 right now. Not really showing how useful he has been this game, but Booby Black gonna come into the late game with huge damage with the Spirit Ball, and full scaling ultimate also hurts real bad.
Yeah, and that heal on the ultimate can be the change in a team fight.
Absolutely. I think Crumbs just needs to go back to base pretty soon after this next wave. You're low on health and mana. They know that they can come first you if they needed to, but you need to be available for the next team that breaks out. However, D-Love going to go down, Nitty 145 while I wasn't looking, ganking the mid lane, expending his ultimate in order to grab that kill. D-Love started out pretty strong, but slipping to 3-3-3.
Just need to start looking for those team fights. Fire Nation winning those team fights right now.
Actually able to steal that speed buff. Nitty doing a good job of timing his leap in order to grab that.
That's what you call a character ability recognition. Like knowing your character well enough that you know how much damage your abilities do.
And at least being able to eye that health. Oh, real press. Big mistake dashing towards the character of dashing towards Booby Black Gun, and Nitty able to pick up that kill. Great job by Nitty, I think. Really keeping this team together and doing a good job of already 10-1-1.
Good job. Different shows from SWT compared to their first game here.
I think Nitty is just going to be what people are going to have to target out from here on out when it comes to playing against SWT. Not sure if he's a sub or not. That clan tag is a little more rude than we would usually like to see. However, Booby Black kind of going to go down to Grods. Grods rotating the mid lane. I don't think there was good enough communication out of SWT for them to prevent that.
Wait, who's clan tag?
Crumbs able to get a solo kill over in the left lane. Big misplays coming out of SWT right now. It's not what you want to see. Have it like you do, and you're looking to try and have game 3.
You're breaking up a little bit.
Better now?
Yeah, a lot better now. Hey, whose clan tag is the problem though?
Nobody's clan tag is a problem. It's, where is he? Nitty 145. His clan tag is, well, you can find it. Big damage coming out of him. The ultimate is going to be able to grab Boy Nightmare. Crumb's going to be the next target. The slow from the cats is still on him, but they're going to turn away from him. Real Prez using the beats to get away from him is Nitty 145, but the damage from Real Prez isn't going to be enough for him to secure a kill there. Just tried to be annoying and save his teammate, but he was there a little bit late.
Yep. Gonna have to talk to their team captain about seeing if he can get switch plans or something about that.
Yes.
Did not even notice. Thank you for pointing that out.
No worries, a tier 1 is actually going to fall. Fire Nation doing a really good job this game compared to their first 2 games. I think in the first game, even though they won, they had a sloppy early game and mid game. Wasn't going their way the way it should have been with the lead and advantage they have. But this game, I think they cleaned up their comp and a lot better communication. Looking like Japan Gate are going to be going down here. The ultimate actually going to be coming out of him. Could be picking up a kill, turning this fight around. Japan Gator not able to pick up that last hit, going 1 versus 2 still if Nike wants to stick with it, which she will. Picking up that kill, Japan Gator, great job just holding on to the ability of now running away from D-Love. Hopefully that rotation from Nitty is going to be what bails him out of that. Nitty going on to D-Love. The cats are going to be coming out. Hopefully the beads, the bleed is going to be there too to try and pick that up. There's a slow, there's the bleed, a couple of auto attacks should do it. Nitty 145 saving Japan Gator. Big play out of Japan Gator, able to go 1 versus 2, straddle around the 2 players, get the kill onto Grods and wait for Nitty to come bail him out. Good job. Good heads up.
I agree.
I think with 5 healthy players, it's not a bad call right now to try and charge to the Portal Demon or potentially even a Fire Giant. Stuns OTF, able to get himself a 2nd kill of the game. Potentially looking at a Gold Fury. You still have characters in the base, and Yes, the call looks like it's going to be Gold Fury. Crumbs, I think, spots it out, but a lot of people there on the side of SWT. I think an ultimate from Black Booby Gunna could secure this and give Crumbs absolutely no chance to steal this away from them.
Crumbs is just waiting for his chance. Like they know, it looks like they know he's there. He's looking for his chance to hop through, and he hops through. And
he actually was able to grab it. That was a really well.
No,
he wasn't able to grab it, but SWT was able to secure that there. Big risky play coming out of Crumbs. I don't think it was worth it on his end to go dive into 3 people when you don't have the health pool to sustain through it or even have a chance of making it through. So unfortunate for him to go down. The left tower is now in danger.
He should have, as soon as he hopped over, pressed his triangle and ulted, and then hops again.
I don't know if his ultimate is up or not, but that would have been the smart play.
Actually, yeah, his ultimate's up. If you look at it right, his diamond, that diamond, it ever does his ult.
It cuts off on my TV. An ultimate coming out in right lane. Nitty 145 going on to Grod's. Ultimate out of Grod's is going to keep him alive a little bit longer. Nitty with Japan Gator at his side should be able to stay alive and sustain through that ult. Big ultimate coming out of Japan Gator. Hopefully leaping out is Nitty 145 Japan Gator. Grod's actually able to come and secure that kill. 1 versus 2 now. Again, a similar situation for Japan Gator. Can he try and hold on and see if he can't get another kill and hold on? Looking like he's probably just going to retreat to the tower and stay super safe right there. Good play by him to dodge a couple of abilities and get under his tower. Coming up behind him in right lane. Stuns OTF's got to be careful here. Actually able to dash away and avoid that stun. The ultimate coming out of D-Love again, turning straight into that Bastet, and Ace coming out from stuns shouldn't be enough. D-Love able to grab that kill. His ultimate coming through, but ineffective in saving his life.
Morgan, just a huge problem for the game.
Big Spirit Ball coming out of Booby Black Gunna, able to save the life of his solo laner. Potentially a second kill for him if he can grab a good Wing Gust. Meditation coming out. Spirit Ball off the mark of Wing Gust coming through now. Not quite able to clean that up. Japan Gator going to try and use his ult.
Yep.
Still a big fight. Another big Spirit Ball. D-Love doesn't have that ultimate on right now to turn into anybody to get him out. Looks like it's going to be another kill for Booby. Good for him. But Crumb's going to be able to walk away free. Not gonna contest with that right now.
Thankfully, we haven't seen any bugs with the Morgan in this game. That's something I'm always worried about when watching these.
Yes, and turning their sights towards the Portal Demon is SWT. Portal Demon going to get melted by the damage increase from Japan Gator on that Amaterasu. For those of you who don't know, after Japan Gator on that Amaterasu gets 3 basic attacks onto any living objective, be it a minion, be it an enemy god, or be it a Gold Fury, it increases damage from all sources 10%, which means that her entire team is doing an extra 10% damage. Very good for objectives. So if you get those 3 stacks with her hits, as long as along with an Ice's ultimate, that's a massive amount of damage going on to an objective.
She's the fastest warrior in the game.
A little bit of a fight going on left. I think Stuns overstepping his bounds a little bit, but the support, getting some support from Permafried is going to secure him that first kill. That second kill looking like it's in the works for him as well. Nitty able to pick it up, however. Another 2-0 slide. Big misplays coming out of Fire Nation. I think this game's going to start going downhill, and they need to start being careful not to let it go downhill any faster than it already is. You're sitting at an almost 6,000 gold deficit.
I agree.
Just got to be careful right now. I think... Go for it.
Hopefully Fire Nation won't let the gold difference go over 9,000.
You anger me, my spine. You anger me. Anyways, I think you anger me. I think just right now, SWT just needs to start grouping up. I'm not sure why they're still spreading out and forcing these fights and engagements to go on any longer they need to. They don't need to stay spread out. They can win a team fight.
Picked out. Out of this whole team, Bobby is the one that's going down the most to getting picked out. As I said,
D-Love, however, looking like he's going to be the one going out. And Nitty 145 able to pick up that kill on the D-Love. Booby Black Gunna in a lot of trouble here over the ultimate from Stuns, able to save him for now, but it's not going to be quite enough. Real Prez able to pick up the kill onto Booby Black Gunna, however. Garage in a lot of trouble here. The damage out of Nitty is able to grab him. Crumbs coming into the mid lane. Gonna ult and see if he can't make something happen here. Looking like he might be dying too. He's gonna try and leap out, hopefully soon. But no big damage on the side. Boy Nightmare gonna be bursted down almost instantly. Nitty 145. The mobility is just too good right now. And it's gonna be a 5. Nitty got 3 of them.
I would say, was
17
that
and 2.
good luck
Nitty
there?
145 is essentially the MVP of this team right now. Just going into that mid tower with the minion debuff, I think they're pretty safe and comfortable to go and try and grab a fire giant or even a middle phoenix if they wanted to try and kill D-Love one more time, but gonna grab a side camp. I'm thinking fire giant should be the call here. Just group up, go grab that, and if they try to contest, turn and kill him. And that's going to be the call here. Already getting that extra 10% damage. The Fire Giant health is already going down almost to 50% already. Nope on the side of Fire Nation has come to respond. And going to be a free Fire Giant for SWT. Looking like at this point, this is going to be the mark of the beginning of the end. Unfortunate that Nitty got so low. Nitty got so low on health there in that Fire Giant being forced it back. But it's whatever. Just hop back into the fight.
Amaterasu should be able to take that tower along with Bacchus before anyone gets there.
Grod's making a big mistake by teleporting to that tower. There was no way that you were going to be able to stop them from getting it, even if you got there in time. You're just asking to die. However, able to get out with relatively good health.
A lot of rotation going on here. Morgan looking for that chance to come in from behind with that stun. Do that absolutely massive amount of damage he does.
Yes, and Booby Black Gunna able to pick up that kill onto Boy Nightmare. Already losing the number advantage, even with 4 characters. They need to have Crumbs over there. Not sure what Crumbs is doing over in the left jungle, but it's not where he needs to be.
Hey, you know what they say, the heroes always come late.
Next victim for stuns is going to be D-Love, and another kill for him if he gets one more auto attack. 2 more auto attacks, a Spirit Ball. Gonna be what cleans him up. Booby Black Gunna with a good Spirit Ball to clean up that kill. 4 members already down for Fire Nation. Looking like they started grouping up, and just like I said, once they start doing that, they're gonna start winning this game. Their team fight is too good. Another
that
great Spirit Ball.
In the middle.
Yes, Booby Black Gunna, he didn't have a great early game, and he got picked out a lot, but coming into this mid to late game, his Spirit Balls have been detrimental in order to pick up these kills and get initiating the fight. The first Phoenix of the game going to be going down to SWT. Boy Nightmare making the mistake of trying to go in and contest that.
And that should be middle Phoenix here.
It should be. I think the damage out of SWT right now is just too much for Fire Nation to handle. Stuns OTF getting another kill. Doing? I think he's just having a good old time. Bacchus is a fun character.
I know. And Amaterasu just trying to clear tower by herself, but not working out. Having to get out, taking too much coke from that tower.
I think they're going to be able to grab that tower here, even with E-Love trying to contest it. The damage out of SWT is going to be too much. The Aegis is going to come out, but I think a few more auto attacks should do it. Stuns OTF able to grab that there. Real Prez going to be the next victim. Got to be careful. A double kill for him coming online this late game. Stuns OTF doing a great job.
And with only Winions will be the deciding factor here.
Oh my god, big ultimates coming out, a huge Spirit Ball and a huge ultimate. Stuns OTF and Boomy Nightmare. Massive Isis ultimate gonna come in on that Titan and finish the game. 2-1. SWT able to pick up 2 games in a row after losing the first one. Fire Nation has a lot to learn from this.
That was a joke.
What?
That was a joke by Nitty. So Nitty's gonna take a strike. The night goggles thing.
Oh, is it? Yeah, a joke.
Yeah,
Jokes are not allowed now.
Yeah, no kind of like in-game commentation. I mean, the laugh spaying and taunting, especially. I mean, that's what's dictated. But common sense dictates that those aren't allowed. You know, jokes or anything else not allowed.
Yeah. I'm gonna look at the quality of the stream on my phone. Oh yeah, it's super good quality. It's working fine at 60. Anyways, thank you for tuning in, and 2-1 SWT able to take this set.